You know, I've never really been much of a man of convenience.
Very seldom do I ever get lucky enough to be able to take the easy way out.
In my time, I've even been accused of deliberately doing things the hard way. But truth be known, if everything were easy, when something hard came along, you'd probably just give up. Which brings me around to what's in this case right here. Now, what is in this case right here? Well, not the most convenient thing in the world, but what is in here is 7'6", 5-piece Maxxon Versa. Now, I've already done a video on this, but I really haven't used it again since I did that video. And why haven't I? Well, taking the easy way out. Convenience. Being able to just throw a rod and a reel in the back of a pickup truck and go fishing. Or even in the monkey, stick it in the rod holders that I put on it. You know, and taking it for a ride or whatever, and, you know, have the rod right there and be able to pull right up the water and pull it loose and cast. You have to put this together. It's 5 pieces. You have to put it together. You have to put the reel on. You have to tie your lure on. So it's not the most convenient thing in the world. But you have to think of why are you using it. For me, it's another one of those things that I can keep behind the seat of the truck. Or put in the basket of the monkey with a backpack, a cooler, the tackle bag, whatever, go camping, that kind of thing. So in some instances, you have to give up convenience, just slightly. I mean, it only takes 2 minutes. Put it together, put a reel on it, tie a lure on, and fish. And it's actually a very nice, well-made rod. So yeah, so it's not the most convenient thing in the world. In certain circumstances, it'd be great to have around. So what do you say we take this thing out and go see what it'll do? See you in just a minute. So what we're going to do is I'm kind of going to give you a rundown of the entire situation here, how this thing works, from start to finish, putting it together here in its fancy little bag. Let's just dump everything out here. Not normally how I like to do things, but great for the man on the go, the fisherman on the go, the fisher lady on the go. So let's go ahead. We'll start with the base here. Now, here's your little plug. That's got to come out of this end. Got to go in this end. That's so. Now, of course, you're going to go with the largest first. There we go. Now, for the rest of it, when you got to start putting eyelets in the right order here. Probably would help if I put the reel on it, and then I can get a good idea of the direction in which it is supposed to aim. So let's go ahead and do that. Today, the flavor of reel we're using is an Okuma. It's a small Okuma. This is a 10 size, or a 1,000 size, whatever you want to call it. They call it a 10. And it is the SV10 Stratus. Get that on there nice and tight. Okay, see, I got that crooked. This is the only downfall that I see so far. And we go with the next piece. Then we go with the last piece. The tip. What would be a good idea probably is to put some marks on here. So when it's actually lined up, you know exactly. That might be an idea. Just an idea though. Not something you have to do. Just an idea. Into my bag of tricks here and go with what I normally. This little squirt heads made by Bass Pro Shops, 1/16 ounce. We're going to try those. See what happens if they're first. It is cold and windy today. Now I'm a Palomar guy. I'm going to try this because dark colors really seem to work in this lake really well. And I'm thinking with a 7-foot rod with 10-pound braid and a 1/16 ounce jig, I'm really going to be able to put this thing out there. Now, there you go, 7 feet. What they consider a 4 to 5 weight, 2 to 8 pound. Oh, this thing's 7'6". I thought it was only 7 foot. This is where the water usually is. So I'm gonna step down here and see if it's hard enough to hold me. And we're gonna go 7'6" and way out there. Oh, 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 we got something. What do we got? What do we got? A little bass. And you know, with 7'6", you can hardly reach the rod when you go to reach for the fish. Got us a little bass, and I think that's probably what gave me a little tug just a minute ago. Oh yeah, he's cold. He is really cold. Now I am getting quite a bit of distance on cast with, of course, 7'6", 10-pound braid, and a 1/16 ounce jig, which is great for times like these when the water's down low. Okay, well, these guys sure like the black and red. See ya. All right, over here at the cove, let's see here. Water's still really low. Not that it was any different from, walking over here as it was. I'm gonna try in the middle there. That is called hung up. That's not hung up, that's a fish. How in the name of goodness did I get the difference between a fish and hung up? Because that is exactly what that felt like, was hung up. I'm glad I got that one on film, or whatever you want to call it. Ain't technically film, but come here, Coley. I had to have hooked him after I got unhooked from whatever it was I was hooked into. That was funny. Because I was definitely hung on something. I was not. That wasn't a fish. Oh, we got a hit right there. We're still getting hits. Dang. What is going on? Something was just beating that thing to death. Like he was being shot with a machine gun. That didn't go where I wanted it to, but that's fine. There we go. That explains it. Yeah, that explains the entire machine gun effect right there. Yeah, that explains it. There it is again. Blip, 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 blip. And again. What is this? I'm going for the smallest record you can possibly come across. I want the biggest of the small. And that's basically what I'm getting. In the world is happening here? Get out of here. That explains all that rapid fire that I'm feeling from over there, though. Now we're going with a solid black with a silver sparkled tail. Oh, there we go. But we're right back into that same little category again. Catching the smallest bass we can possibly catch. What is going on here? Usually there's a bluegill or 2 or 5 over there, but today it's just these little teeny tiny bass. Now I believe we've had this conversation before. I've never had much luck with blues. We're going to try it out here today. We're going to jig this thing off the bottom a few times. Put it out there deep. See if we can't do anything. Because I know there's big old crappie out there. There we go. I felt him when he connected. It came up like a crappie. I can't tell what it is. No. Just a little bass way out there. And he was way out there too. He went way up here like these other ones are. What's crazy to me is how much action blue and silver is getting. I may not be able to talk about blue anymore. I may have to start using it more often. So you remember what I said about cutting that camera off? When you cut that camera off, the fish bite. I don't care what anybody says. Now we changed colors. I'll show you what I changed to. If I can get my hand around this little football. And he is a little football. We changed to a purple with a chartreuse and sparkle tail. Again, another Bass Pro Shops crappie max. Man, I tell you what, if he were about 3.5 to 4 pounds, he'd be perfect shape. Man, he's the what you think a bass should look like, minus about 4 pounds. There we go. Well, we got another little something that I almost drug completely out of the water when I set the hook. He looks like my lure swimming in. Yep. He was swimming in, he couldn't even swim off. He looked like my lure swimming in. Kind of surprised the bigger fish didn't hit him. Threadfin shad. Man, how many of these little guys are over there under that bush? Because that's exactly what they are. Little teeny tiny fish. I mean, look. And we're going with a purple June bug, actually, with a chartreuse tail. And if that don't do anything, we're gonna call it. I don't know what else to do. Lordy Lord. Somebody tell me something. I have never seen so many tiny little bass in my life. This is just it is laughable, is what it is. See you later, little fella. It is absolutely laughable. Man, what a weird day. Very cloudy, overcast, and kind of cool. Occasional wind, not that bad, nothing out of the ordinary. But, I mean, kind of mess of fish, but when you can take everything that you catch and fit it into a cigar box, that's just weird. It's like I was out here just catching bait. Strange, man, very strange. But hey, you know, what started out is kind of wanting to get that Maxxon Versa out here and catch something, some size to it, turned out to be extreme overkill. I mean, I had 10-pound braid, 10-pound leader, 7'6" Maxxon Versa rod, the Okuma SV10. I just overkill, big time overkill. Just the little fellas out there playing today. Weird. But you know, yes, it's a 5-piece rod. You have to put it together, but you can use it as a fly rod or you can use it as a spinning rod. That's the convenience of it.
the inconvenience of it is, you know, having to put it together and take it apart, you know, when you're leaving and all that. But it's, you know, it's a type of rod that you really, a special occasion kind of thing, something you want to take with you. Say if you're, I don't know, you're going on a flight, you know, or you're going somewhere where you think there might be some fishing or something like that. To me, that's what that one's all about. Maybe, you know, putting it in the back of the monkey in the basket so I don't have, you know, 5 or 6 feet of rod sticking up out of the rod holders for longer trips. Backpacking, yeah, that's really what that thing's for. But I really hadn't used it since the last time I did a review of it, and I just felt like today was the day to get out here and string that thing up, and the 7'6" length with 10-pound braid and a little 1/16 ounce jig. Man, I was blasting that thing out there. I was covering another 7 to 10 feet easily distance-wise with that than I was with any of my other rods. It's just a real shame that the big boys just weren't playing today. I mean, this is a record-breaking day, really, to be honest with you. Even though there were a lot of fish caught, they were just so small. It was like, what is going on here? But hey, that's fishing. That's how fishing is. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. You get the chance and you're looking for something to backpack with, bicycle with, take on a flight, on the bus, whatever, check out that Maxxon Versa. I really like the action of it. Even in 7'6", it's still the really nice action. I mean, you're not talking about a super fast, stiff rod here, but good action. You can use it as a fly rod, use it as a spinning rod. Give them a look. Also, if you are a fly fisherman, check out their site, because they are primarily a fly fishing company. Check them out. You'll probably enjoy it. So hey, thank y'all for watching. I'm going home and make a sandwich. It's not going to be a fish sandwich by any means, because all the fish I caught today would have probably fit on a piece of bread. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.